Hit me up on fitdad.me. Sorry. Hit me up on fitdad.me and I will help you through this. You know, plus kids need a new pair of shoes. So, buy some shit for me, make me some money. Okay, I just ran out of a memory card. That's why this is part 2 instead of one long video, so maybe that's good. I introduced you to my little girl, Miserable. She helped me through this more than you know. So, you will not die, Miserable. Okay? And I was going to go through a couple things. I'll introduce you to a couple. I showed you my blood test on the last video. Went over a couple of the tips on part 1. So part 1 kind of went over a brief overview of what the reset is, what it's supposed to do, how I modified it, how I recommend maybe those of you to modify it. Showed you the bunny. Showed you the before and after pictures that I have. So if you haven't seen that, go to part 1. This is part 2. So, and I'll just throw something out, not real interesting, but one of the biggest differences between while I was on the reset and since I've been off it only for like less than a week now. During the reset, this, if you recognize this, is toilet paper. Seriously, and I'm not going to embellish. Like I said, I'm giving you 100,000% straight, honest review. If you tell me, did this suck? And it did, I'll say, yeah, zucchini sucks. Steamed kale sucks. Okay? I don't like raw onion. I don't care how long I marinate it. It sucks. Okay? I'm not having it. Here's how much toilet paper, without being gross, that I used during the 21-day reset. Are you ready? I'm giving you, okay, that's probably it, okay? That's it. That's all I used for 21 days. And I probably didn't even need this much, but, you know, you just can't, you know, go on a hope and a prayer. You kind of like gotta, you gotta know. So, you don't use a lot of this. So you save money. I mean, you're gonna save dollars by going on the Ultimate Reset. In the last week since I've been off of it, and I'm not going crazy. You know, I've had fish, I've had chicken, I've had whey protein, casein protein, and that's about it. Maybe some power bars. Everything else, perfect diet. And I've gone through, in less than a week, at least two full, yeah, not pretty. I mean, I don't want to get gross here, but I will. Okay, I won't, but you get the idea. And one other thing while I'm on the, not the boring stuff here. See this? Febreze. Okay, I'm not selling it. Unless you want this, you can buy this one. You will not need this during the reset. You would think having all that asparagus and all those green vegetables that, well, guess what? You think you'd stink? You don't. Since I've been off of it, and like I said, I haven't done anything crazy. A couple power bars, some protein powder. I'm using this now. Okay, so I'm using these now where I didn't need them before. Okay, now I'm going to kind of go over, if you want to fast forward and don't go through this, I'm going to go through this Ultimate Reset. I'm not going to talk about the Alkalize, which, oh my God, that sucked. It's bad. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, and this might bore you. I made little notes. I'm going to kind of go over the meals. I'm going to give you my opinions of them, tell you which ones were fantastic, which ones blew, and some of the women that are in this book that I want to meet, like her. And just little basic notes I put in here. Sleep. They recommend, I mean, they say you're going to get, this great sleep. Well, if I had time to sleep, I would have gotten it because I slept like a baby for the few hours I got to. There's a lot of chopping in here. Plus, my life's kind of busy. I'm a single dad, raising 2 kids, and if it wasn't for school ending and the holidays at the right times, I don't know how I could have chopped all those vegetables and still had any sleep. So, and here's another cutie. Anyway, so besides wanting to meet, oh my gosh, besides wanting to meet all these women in here, I can't believe I didn't pick this up. If I did, I probably wouldn't put it down. Here's a little note, water. You need to drink a lot of it. And here's the thing with the water, and it makes sense. Most people have a drink with their meal. You want to separate your drinking from your eating. That way when you eat, you get to absorb the nutrients instead of having them all like dissolved in the water and dispersed. You want it concentrated. So you drink, then you cut it off for a little bit, then you eat without drinking water, then you cut that off, and then later on you drink some more. So I probably drink about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons a day on the reset. Just going over here. Time was the most invasive part of the program. It really does take a lot of time. Go back to part 1 where I talked about time savers. Prepare everything. Unless you want to get rid of your spouse or your job or your kids, you may keep one of them if you don't budget your time and get ahead of the game on the reset. Okay, I'm now in Reclaim. I'm using the book. Week 1, Reclaim. This is where you get rid of the meat and the dairy. So you're eating pretty much normal for the first couple days. You're having eggs, you're having toast, you're having oatmeal, you're having, what are you having? Yogurt. And after about day 3 or 4, that's it. You are now a vegetarian. And I'm just going over things over here. My extra snacks, I kept it kind of simple. My extra snacks, like, 'cause I did the work, like, go back to video 1. I worked out during the program, a very modest workout, and every time I worked out I had a snack afterwards. And my snack was typically yogurt with nuts and fruit. And a lot of nuts and a lot of fruit. Not this much, this much. So, going through week number 1 was not bad. Not bad at all. You actually get to eat a lot of volume of food. The food, there's a lot of volume. You will not be hungry. Maybe a couple times each week you'll be hungry, but it'll go away. Note to self here, avocado, don't buy more than 1 at a time. You'll throw them away. Except on the last week, then you'll need about 3. So get 1 avocado, like on week 1, day 4, and then 3 avocados on week 3, day 1. Going through the plans, one item that I did not like was the miso soup or any of the seaweed crap. So if you think you don't like that or know you don't like it, don't buy it. Have something else instead. Substitute something. I already told you I can't do the greens. The green's blue. See that? Gross! I substitute kale chips for that. I talked about that in the first part of my final review. This, one of my favorite meals. I couldn't find the Kobayashi squash, so I had acorn squash, and that was yummy-licious. Okay. My favorite meal of all was the cucumber cashew soup. Oh my goodness, that was good. So that was the good part. The zucchini I hate. No matter how I cooked it, I even didn't like it in the zucchini cucumber soup. I thought it'd be the same. No, that was gross. Okay, I'm already on week 3. Week 3, you're pretty much going to be doing fruits and veggies. So, like I said, I hate curry, so I didn't even buy. I bought the curry, but I hate curry. I ended up making another serving. I just used, I think I used turmeric and cumin. I love cumin. It's basically taco seasoning. So I had that on my broccoli, and that was yummy. Okay, that was actually pretty good. The squashes were good. The roasted beets were good. Salads were good. The one salad I did hate. Where's my note? Where's my gross sheet? Okay, best meal, cucumber cashew soup. Best surprising meal was the Kobayashi, or in my case, acorn squash. The worst meal was the Asian cabbage salad, mainly because it had raw onion, and I don't like raw onion. I'll saute onions all day long, but raw, gross. And the miso soup, basically for me, had no flavor. Maybe you need to season it better. And any of the seaweed or the zucchini, out. So if you're like me, save money and don't buy that crap. Okay, I've already gone through the whole thing. So, in closing, I also made a list for those of you who want to do this on the cheap. Okay? Like I said, just go through it. Say, you know what, I really don't like raw onion. Well, then don't have that gross Asian cut up salad. Okay? Don't do it. Just have a regular salad. It's not going to kill you to not go 100%. I went 100% so I can give 1,000% honest review here. The things that you will want are the Bragg's amino, basically like soy sauce. Olive oil, you basically only need red wine vinegar. I know there's meals on there that say, oh, use white rice wine and apple cider wine. You only use it like for one meal, okay? Just don't waste your money unless you already have the stuff. Parsley and cilantro, you want to be getting that routinely every week. You go through a lot of red peppers, a lot of cucumbers, a lot of tomatoes, a couple of jicamas. As far as the grains go, most of them are just like one serving. So if you don't want to wait, if you know you're not going to have them again, don't waste your money. Get the quinoa. Get the quinoa and maybe brown rice. Keep it simple. Now, short grain brown rice is what they recommend, and I can't find that anywhere here. I had to go to Whole Foods. Okay, and that's the nearest one's like an hour and a half. So I did it while I was doing a triathlon the day before I started the reset. Okay, oh, note to self, at the end of this I will talk about how I did after review athletically, and I did pretty good. Sunflower seeds give a little crunch to your salads. Like I said, I love the cumin, and the tempeh was okay. Tempeh had a lot of protein, so for those of you who want to augment your reset with extra protein, just eat extra tempeh, which is basically just soy burgers, I guess. Microgreens, keep buying the little micro baby, not spinach, but yes, baby spinach, baby leafy greens. A couple quarts of yogurt, little piece of salmon, half a dozen eggs, and that's it. So if you got all that, that's pretty much all you need for the whole reset if you want to do it on the cheap, and that's really not a lot of money. I mean, I bought everything. I bought some of the nasty stuff that I ended up just basically frying in the oven and trying to make chips out of them, but that really didn't work out either. Okay, so in closing, this is, like I said, this is kind of boring. Maybe I'll make a fun one later on. So this is part 2. Watch part 1. There's more info in part 1. They recommend here, after you're done with the reset, to slowly get back into, well, I know what I was going to say. I got some other stuff too. To slowly get back into exercising, but I said screw that. You know, I don't roll that way. The day after, in fact 7 hours after the reset was over, I did a sprint triathlon, and I had a personal best in that sprint triathlon for not having exercised, swim, bike, or run to any exertion at all for over 3 weeks, and getting my personal best. That's pretty good. I ran the last 3 miles of the triathlon after doing the swim and the bike, which you go balls out, so I was already tired. I ran it in 23 minutes flat. So, and I had a race today, which is, this is a week after that, so actually it's a week after the reset now is over. It's been over for 7 days. And I had a 5K today. I did so well in the 3-mile run after the triathlon, I go like, dang, I'm going to try to break one of my old man, it's on my shit list, my old man records I want to do. I have a goal, old man goals. And I want to do a sub 20-minute 5K. Well, if you follow me at all or see any of my posts on Facebook, I did my 5K today. I took my baby boy, my baby girl. My time, 20 minutes, 9 seconds. Can you believe it? Close, but still a personal best. So, after the reset, the day after, personal best in my sprint try. A week after, personal best in my 5K. So, I think that's all I want to talk about for now. Otherwise, this is going to go on forever and ever and ever. It always seems like it has. So, I will get up. And I'm an old man still. And let me just start talking about a couple things off the cuff here. You can hang up on me. You can always hit stop. During the reset, I didn't have any sort of epiphanies or enlightenment. I didn't discover the meaning of life because I already knew that. Didn't have that great a sleep because I didn't have time to. they say to try to de-stress your life. That's a good one. You need to sell something to do that, and that would be a good Beachbody product. De-stress your life in 21 days. So, dead air. That's pretty much it. You know what? Time for me to go to bed. I got Vegas in the morning. Hit me up on www.fitdad.me. This is Dale, and I am out of here. So, keep your muscle. Lose the fat. Get with me at www.fitdad.me, you mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. And why not? Give it a try. Like I said, take some of my tips. Contact me personally. And feel good from the inside out. And maybe you too will be breaking all sorts of records. If that's your thing, you will feel better. I mean, I'm doing all these great records on crappy sleep. So imagine what I could do if I actually had even 6 hours of sleep every night. I'm almost getting that. So this is Dale, Fit Dad, out. Maybe I'll do a real short final review that doesn't suck so bad. See you kids later, and I'll see a lot of you in a few days. See ya.